Hello, hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel for my 100th video. Today's going to be a very chatty one. I'm going to be playing around with some new makeup. There's some high-end, some clean, and some drugstore. And we're just going to chat, catch up on life. There's so much I want to talk about. And happy 100th video. It's so crazy. So if you're into a chatty get ready with me, I won't be talking about products as I apply, maybe here and there, but we'll do a full recap at the end. And I promise I will remember this time. So let's jump right in. Okay, so it is kind of the afternoon. I think it's about like 1:30. I spent all morning doing some really exciting house project things that we'll get into. But that said, it's been a long time since I had skincare on my face and I was in dust and I splashed my face with water. So we're going to apply some skincare, which I'm going to go in with Fitglow Ceramide Toner Mist first. Always like to dampen the skin before I go in with skincare. I'm getting dangerously low on some of this. This is the Ceramide from Phytosurgence. But you guys, can you believe it? 100th video. 100 videos. It will be a year for me next month, I think, technically, but that first video was such a mess that I actually took a month off from filming to learn how to do this and really kind of started up in April, I think. So, God, in 10 months to make 100 videos is so wild to me because there have even been stretches where I didn't post in a week or I only posted one in a week. But that's what, 10 videos a month? That's insane. Thank you so much for being here, and my love for this continues to grow, and it's been a wild ride. Also, my Verdant Forcefield is empty. I have a backup, but we'll talk about it in empties. But if you kind of like move this around, you can get just enough on this. The only thing with that is because of the antioxidant ingredients in here, I wouldn't recommend doing it for a long time because you are kind of putting air in the product and it's eventually not going to be as bright green, but thankfully I've still got a little time left with it. But thank you so much for supporting this project of mine. It's been so much fun, and I've mentioned before we've surpassed 800, which is wild to me. I remember celebrating with Bethany, my nail technician, when I hit 34, and it doesn't feel like that long ago. So I'm just so thankful, really, and I've really gotten to connect with some of you on a deeper level and chatted with you about things that are very close to my heart, or, you know, swap tips and recommendations, and also just the humor and joy that we're able to kind of share. I feel like this corner of the internet is a really good one to be in. So thank you so much for being here. Also, if you're not subscribed, highly recommend you join our little community here because it's pretty great. That said, I had all of these visions in my mind when going with Lip Tinted Hueguard. I had all these kind of like visions in my head of what I wanted to do for my 100th video, but the reality is, and I try to keep it very transparent and real on my channel, is I am never going to be able to hide behind perfection here on my channel because this is not my full-time job, as I've mentioned before, and I work a pretty demanding 9 to 5 that goes beyond that sometimes, and I am kind of on an on-call rotation every once in a while, so I can't fake perfection or things will never get posted, and I would have loved to have had something really fancy up for my 100th video, but it just wasn't in the cards, and I'm totally okay with that because honestly, the videos that seem to do the best here on my channel, that you guys seem to enjoy, and also that I enjoy filming, honestly, are these Get Ready With Me. So that's what we're doing, and I have a lot of fun stuff that we can talk about today, and that's what we're gonna do. We also got some really cool new products that if you are new here or you didn't watch the beauty budget video, I'm currently on a no-buy. And These are new products because I purchased them months ago and just haven't tried them because I was either waiting to do it on camera or just life, you know, and I get stuck in my ways sometimes. And today we're going to do it. So I have a lid tint and a concealer from Jillian Dempsey. I have used the eyeliner multiple times at this point. I show the application in the JLo music video inspiration video. Yeah. I love it. It's a great eyeliner, so I'm very curious about these. I have swatched these, so I have kind of an idea of consistency. But then I also thought we would spend some time talking about the Fitglow lip balms because I mentioned it in passing. We need to talk about it. I have a couple of lip products from the Uoma beauty line that's at Walmart. I was very tempted to pick up the foundation, but I just don't need foundation right now. Then also, I have this hard candy quad from Walmart, which is like $3, and it is like my colors to a T. Very excited about that. I don't know if this is the direction we're going to go. I also have the Ilia Cool Nude, which I really need to get some use out of, that we can play with. But I also have this Kulfi eyeliner that I bought a while ago because I was looking for this kind of like warm mid-tone brown for that green eye look that we did in Chasing Inspiration. And then I really haven't used this shade that much of the Natasha Denona, what are these called? Puff paint. This is in the shade, doesn't say, it says 010 or 0118. I think this is cherry. If not, that would be a good name for it, you know? But yeah, we've got a lot of kind of options to choose from. Obviously, those colors don't all jive together. So we're gonna have to figure this one out on the fly. I am very tempted to do like a soft liner, wing liner, and kind of like top it with the lid tint. We might do that. And then, I don't know, this is kind of more on the cool side. Same with the Cool Nude from Ilia, but maybe we dip into some of these shades to build some dimension around the eye. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm like thinking on the fly here. But those are some of the new products. Now, the first decision we need to make before we get into the first topic is I have swatched the Jillian Dempsey concealer, and I got this during a Credo Friends and Family sale. It's a touch pink, but it looks like it's going to be a really good match. What's interesting is this formula feels kind of like your traditional clean beauty cream, but it's almost a little dry. And so I am not sure. I did grab the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer, but I'm not sure if those are going to play well together. And to be fair, I just did a bunch of house projects, and right now I'm just running to Target and Costco. So I don't need to be like fully glammed up, but I know how I am, and we're probably going to get there anyway. But I'm actually going to try to go straight in with this on some of this redness, and we'll see what that gets us, and that'll tell us if this is feasible or if we need something else, you know? And then I'm just going in with the Beauty Pie stippling foundation brush from the holiday collection. What do you think? It tamped the redness down a little bit, but it's not like blowing me away with coverage, which honestly, maybe this is more like a foundation for me than a concealer. I really enjoy my concealers to be quite heavy duty. Like I would even put Thrive above this. Let's get some of this acne scarring. But I spent all morning, not all morning, like probably like 4 hours about that, trying to go through our basement because we moved in. When did we move in? In 2021, and this is a project house, meaning that we bought it and a lot of the stuff was builder grade from the very early thousands, a lot of kind of like classic 90s finishes. So we knew that we had a lot of kind of projects to do and upgrades, but we ended up getting a pretty good price on it for that reason. And the structure, like I know people say like the bones are good, but the bones were so good, mainly in the downstairs. It's not like a fully open concept plan, but I like that because we do have a formal dining room, and the kitchen, the way that it's set up and the size of the island is really good for hosting. And I really do want to start hosting more with both of our families and friends and all that good stuff. But it's like a catch-22 because as much as I want to start hosting, some of the stuff I feel like needs to get done before I kind of jump in with both feet hosting. And I'm not going to lie, I fell asleep in my SPF the other night and I'm getting a couple breakouts there. But anyway, we had rented for about 4 years in the same city that we live now, which is in the Pittsburgh area. And we had moved from a house into a 2-bedroom apartment that was quite small for us, and the amount of stuff that we had started to accumulate in the house that we owned, because the house was pretty much the same size that we have now. It was a 3-bedroom with a full basement and a loft area, and now we're in a 4-bedroom, so almost like that loft was closed. That's where we're at. I need concealer for at least my under eye, so I'm going to go grab that really quick. In the spirit of just testing things, I also think this consistency is going to play well with that Jillian Dempsey. I'm going to go with the Rem Beauty Concealer, which I know everyone hates this brand, but I think this concealer is kind of good. Anyways, what I was saying is we rented for 4 years, and we did not anticipate doing that. We thought we would rent for a year, find a house, call it a day. But then life and job changes and commuting in this city is very difficult. So long story short, we ended up staying there for 4 years. And most of our belongings, not most, but at least a solid half of our belongings were in a storage unit that was not climate controlled for 4 years. And I'm very thankful that I had my Virgo moment when we were packing to move and I put everything in totes, which the time of our move really helped out with that because we moved in January. So it was like the organizing sale. So I got all the totes on sale. But anyway, I'm very thankful that I did that because it did help preserve a lot of that stuff better than what a cardboard box would do. But when we moved, all that stuff went in the basement, and we've been so preoccupied with some of the projects that we had to do to get in the door, which was, we did have the house painted because it hadn't been painted in 20 years. And we also had carpet replaced in half the house because, again, it hadn't been replaced in 20 years and it just seen better days. And we were too busy doing stuff like that. I restained all of the wood trim and doors and cabinets myself, and we just didn't get to the basement. And fast forward, we put it off, mainly me. And I've just been feeling extremely overwhelmed with the amount of stuff and the amount of work that needs done. And I've just been on a tear lately, finally, because really falling behind the last couple of months, like we've talked about, just really was not good for my mental health. And I just feel like even the day-to-day stuff has been so incredibly difficult to manage. And part of that is because of how much we have. And I'm over it. I'm so over it. So I've been on a tear, and we got everything sorted in the basement, which feels absolutely incredible. So now it's just going to be a matter of deep cleaning that space and then doing the upgrades to that, because I think the owners finished it themselves and it ain't great. So we're going to have to redo a lot of that, and which is fine. We just need to dig into those projects, but before we can do that, we have to clear out enough space to work on those projects. So I'm very thankful that we're doing that, but I'm going to run to Target and Costco to pick up some organizers, and we're going to fully clean up and organize the pantry because she a mess right now. And once I do that, I'm going to start going through my clothes. And why is this of interest to you? Honestly, if you care to know what's going on in my life, that's what's going on. But also, I am very tempted to film this clothing adventure that we're about to go on. And I don't know if it's going to turn out, but we'll try. If not, I'm at least going to share the process that I go through, because this is like an overhaul that has been needed for years. And I had just done an overhaul of everything that was in my current wardrobe because I had lost 70 pounds. And now it's going through everything that was in that basement for so long that I didn't even know I had anymore. Do you know what I mean? Some of it I haven't touched since 2015. And that should tell me something, but there's also things in there that I know will get wear. I just didn't see it to be able to use it. So we're going to do that. I am going to pause because part of this is because I was in so much dust today that I'm itchy. But that Jillian Dempsey feels heavy in like an emollient waxed kind of way. And I hope, I didn't look at the ingredients. I really hope there's no like beeswax or coconut oil because I will break out. Ugh. Also, we'll get to final thoughts, but this is not made for someone like me. I'm going to go in with Makeup by Mario Skin Transforming Skin Enhancer. I hate the names of these, but I love these products. But yeah, that's hopefully going to start today, and then I'm off tomorrow. Today's Sunday, so I'm hoping I can like really finish that project up tomorrow. But we shall see. Also, I think that concealer is too light, which is like really interesting. But yeah, that's the house project that I'm on. Also, I think we're going to go with a look inspired today because like I'm trying to be a jewelry girl, and this is a necklace that is inspired by Gemma Owens from Love Island season 8. She had a Tiffany's necklace. The Tiffany's necklace, I don't think they make it anymore, but if they did, was like $40,000. So I found a lovely Etsy jewelry maker who makes this gold plated, and actually these cubic zirconia look really nice. They look pretty legit. And I'm also trying out some multiple rings today. I've never been more than like a 2 or 3 ring gal, but I'm trying it out. But the Love Island look, maybe I'll pop a picture on the screen. I do kind of want to recreate this because I feel like this girl really went for Lydia. That's her name, not this girl. I think Lydia really goes for like that clean girl aesthetic, but she's just so pretty. And I was really looking at her makeup during the recoupling, which was savage. If you're watching Love Island, please chime in down below because it was... I haven't gotten super emotional at Love Island ever since starting to watch the show. But, oh, it was kind of rough. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, let me know if you watched. No one said if they watched the show or not, so I have no idea. If you do, let me know, and I'll go more into depth on my feelings if you want. But I do think that I want to kind of like recreate her look. I'm just setting my lids with the pale beige from the Ilia Cool Nude palette because I feel quite greasy and heavy, and I'm afraid to go in with powder because it's going to start looking gummy, I think. It just looks really heavy, oily, waxy, and I know that I'm going to break out from this. Happy 100 video to me, you know? Anyway, I think that's the look we're going to try today. I'm going to pick up some powder because I'm like, I like to be shiny, but it's usually more of a flattering shine. Like when it's really kind of oily shiny, you can see all of the textures and pores. I do not like that. I'm hoping maybe blush helps us out, but even here on my forehead, oh, that's a no. That's a no for me, dog. Ooh, gosh. Anyway, Jillian Dempsey lid tint. This is the shade Shell. And it feels quite dry. You got to kind of like work it with your finger. But that's what it looks like. Just a nice shimmery beige. I'm going to put that all over the lid, and I am just going to use my finger, I think, because you do kind of have to warm this up. This smells like it has coconut in it. Oh, I bet that stick does too. You guys, RIP my skin. That's nice though. It does give you a nice wet look. Because everything feels very oily, waxy, I don't like that. Like in sticky too, like even more so than Tower 28. Like it's very heavy and sticky. Oh boy. Like I said, RIP my skin, you know? But what was the other thing I wanted to talk about? I just had to pick up a clean brush because I'm so itchy. Am I having a reaction or is this from the dust? Oh, my nose is not going to end up with a whole lot of makeup on it, but it is what it is. Okay. I like this eye look though, so far. I think I want to do my brows first. Let's do that. I really hate shrink wrap on products. I cannot find for the life of me some of my makeup. This new makeup organization is not going well. The office is going to be the last thing I do though, because it's at least somewhat functional right now. As I stroke my face, I'm so itchy. Regardless, I do have this. I got this at the last Sephora sale and I have yet opened it. So, Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Total Taupe 508. Swatched it. I think I actually want to use this for my brows and my eyeliner and my lip liner. I'm so curious because the coffee is quite red. Like, that's pretty true. It's like terracotta. It was not the color I was expecting, so we're going to go with this. And I'm going to do my eyebrows. While we do that, how is everybody? We talked about my house projects. That's like a whole lot of what's going on with me right now, but I'm curious what's going on with you. Maybe this is like the spring cleaning bug. I know that it's really popular on TikTok. I will be honest, some of the inspiration that I'm taking for some of these projects has come from TikTok, and that's like one of the only benefits of my recent stint on TikTok that I can think of. I really like that. But it's also kind of like a spring cleaning thing, but also very overdue. I know I've said the last few months have been hard, but if I'm honest with myself, after my pinched nerve injury in 2021, I had a lot of personal things going on at the end of 2021, and all of 2022 was just very difficult. And I'm still kind of in that incubation period that we've talked about a couple times now. And I'm starting to see some movement, which is, oh, let me tell you, I love me some movement, especially when it comes to, as we say in corporate, continuous improvement, which is like my whole job. Okay, I smudged it, but I still really like it. I'm going to take my concealer brush and just try to tap that. Oh, I really hate this. I really hate that Jillian Dempsey concealer. I'm so sorry. Who is this for? Because I have dry skin and I don't need this kind of emollients. Look at my chin in the breakout. This is so bad. Happy 100th video. There's going to be a compilation of me just saying that over and over again. I'm going to take the Kosas Air Brow and just do a little bit because I'm so used to that Benefit pencil now, because I am trying to use it up and it's so light that I forgot that I do actually really like my eyebrows to be closer to my hair, which does get a little darker in the winter, and this does match it. It's showing up, even in person, maybe a touch warmer than what I traditionally like, but I am already half busted anyway from this makeup, so we're going all in. Do you know? I do want to take a little bit of my Gucci bronzer and just build my crease up a bit. just for some definition. Hopefully this goes over that lid tint okay. These products, I'm not gonna lie, are like a very good reminder of why I don't tend to like a lot of quote-unquote clean brands or all natural brands. There's just not enough performance. They're so uncomfortable and they're so problematic if you have super acne prone skin. People need to talk about that. Yes, there's some synthetic ingredients that can be not great for acne prone skin, but I can guarantee you slathering coconut oil and beeswax all over your face is not going to bode well for most. I won't say all, but for most. I need to use this up, and sometimes I forget to do it. This is the Kinship Vegan Jelly Lip Mask. Also, I know what it smells like. It smells like the popsicle, but the flavor is those firecracker Balm pops that are like red, white, blue. That's what it smells like. I'm into it. All right, let's get into this eyeliner. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I'm feeling much more scattered than I thought I was going to be. I was like, this is a great time to film. Is it? We shall see. Anyways, the two videos I'm editing right now actually are the Get Ready With Me, where I'm actually filming the look that I had on in my fashion recap, which it seems like a lot of you liked that look, which I'm so glad because I didn't turn out quite how I wanted it to, but sometimes happy accidents, as Bob Ross says. Oh, I like that as eyeliner too. It's very subtle. Okay. I'm going to start winging it out here. I'm going to try to keep it thin. I'm so bad at that because for so many years I've worn a really thick wing because I have the space to do so. I like that. And honestly, she just left it. She didn't like blend it out. And I think that's what I want to try today. Back to what I was saying. I'm so happy the people that can keep up with me. For those of you who are like, what in the hell is wrong with her? Or like, don't understand how my brain moves. I'm so sorry, especially when I'm caffeinated like today. I just bounce. I just bounce around. But I really like that. Anyway, what were we talking about? I don't think you know how hard it is to talk while doing a wing, and usually I can nail it, but I think I need a little more focus today. What do we think? This might be a whole new look for me. I know that the clean girl aesthetic is like, one, there's some problematic undertones, especially with that name, but also it's gone and past. But like I said, I don't do trends unless I'm into it, and I'm into this because it almost gives you like that blown out eyeliner look, but the trick is just finding a color that suits you, and then you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to wipe mine off, and we're going to use that later on my lips. But while we talk about that, let's use some blush, and I'm actually going to go in with a powder because I cannot get over how sticky this is, and I'm torn between the Balm Desert or Third Date. I might go Desert just to keep it neutral. I really need to figure out what I was saying. I talked about problematic for your skin, clean beauty. I don't know. I know I was asking you guys how you've been and how 2021 and 2022 is difficult for me. And I'm bouncing back and it feels good. Oh, a lot of videos that require more planning. I'm trying to sit down and like really kind of document out those thoughts and get back into videos that are more planned and thought out and not me muttering and mumbling and talking nonsense and taking 3 seconds to figure out which word it is that I'm trying to say. I'm going to work on it now. I don't have a timeline. I'm really honestly and fully Gucci bronzer trying to catch up with life, and a lot of that is going to be getting my house to function. I like have to clear out this clutter or my mind just doesn't work and I can't focus on the things that I actually need to do. And also at my job, our financial year is ending at the end of March, and everyone's kind of scrambling to get projects and goals done, myself included. So it's going to just be a hot minute before I can like really sit down and dedicate time to thinking things through and putting out well thought out videos. So for now, it's going to be some very transparent hot messery videos. And I originally grabbed black mascara, and I know that that's too harsh. Do I have the energy to change it? No, we're going in with black. So thank you for bearing with me. She's a hot mess. I had so many topics I want to talk about. Oh, the next video that I want to film. This is why I left this out, to remind me. This basket behind me, which I'll pick up in just a second, is filled with hair products. And a couple of you have actually reached out to me on Instagram to ask me how that journey is going. And it has been very eventful with a lot of ups and downs, and I want to do a whole video on it. But I am using a couple of products now that are new to me. Not new, I've been using them for over a week at this point. And I kind of want to wait to make that video until I have a little bit more time with those products, probably like another week, which would put me at almost 3 weeks. Because I want to make sure that it's not just a fluke. But I do think I've found replacement products, and I have also tried a lot that didn't work. But it's not just products to replace my beloved shampoo, rest in peace. Also, how dare you, Renee Futer, or however you say your name. But it's a lot of the technique that has to do when I'm shampooing, which I know sounds crazy, like everybody should know how to wash shampoo, but if you have issues like I do, which is scalp acne or folliculitis on the scalp, there are some techniques that I think will greatly help and improve your situation. Yeah, see, brown would have been better. But we're going to go through all of the tips and tricks and products that work well for that situation, and also talk about some products that just didn't even come close to being okay for my scalp, you know? Let's do some lips. Okay, now it was trendy on TikTok to use your eyebrow pencil. They say it's your perfect lip liner. This is a little bit warm, but for consistency and kind of monochromatic look, let's try it, you know? Oh, it could be the perfect contour. Honestly, I could see that being the case. This is so close to Khaki from Thrive. I would love to bounce those against each other. We might. And I want to say, oh, I went really crazy. That's okay. I want to say the one color that I wanted to pick up, this is what I say, Total Taupe. Yeah, Forever Walnut was out because everyone was freaking out about that color. So I didn't get my hands on it. But I've been wanting to try these pencils forever because they do say that they're very like eyes, lips, face type deal. And I would agree, they're very creamy and they smudge very easily. So you best be confident when you lay that down. Do you know what I mean? Where is my foundation brush? This is not what I used, but do we care? My chin is just going to have to be red. Bear with me, y'all. I don't know. Anyway, for lips, I do want to talk about how cruddy I think these Fitglow lip balms are. This one is the shade Innis, which is pink. Very pink. It is kind of a muted pink, but it is pink. Don't fret. And then I have Alina, which is another pink, but more orange and coral. I I do not think these match the website pictures, which I'll throw on the screen once we get these all in my hand. And the last one I picked up was Spice. And you know how much, one, I love Fitglow as a company, but two, I really love their lip products. Their vegan lip liner in Nude is my everyday lip liner. The night lip serum is my every night lip mask. I have been going back and forth with Fenty, but for the most part, for the past few years, and the Fitglow lip serums are just a go-to for me anytime. So to be disappointed in this product is very sad to me. This is Spice, kind of like a terracotta. Then we have Alina, which is that coral shade, and then Ennis, which is this pink on the top. They're just not neutral enough for me. But it's beyond just the color. Let's actually go in with Spice, because that's going to show you the most, and also goes with kind of this monochromatic moment that we're having. So this is supposed to be a moisturizing tinted lip balm. So there was like maybe 3 passes on my lip and 2 on my bottom lip. First of all, catch how greasy I am. The lighting is no different from my other videos. I'm never this greasy. Like, look here. Oh, that's wild. But the lips, this feels so drying on my lips. Yet there's some oil to it. It's almost like the pigment feels very heavy and drying, but it's in like an oilier lip balm. I was expecting something innovative that had that plushiness from the lip serums and didn't have such a heavy pigment load, because even though it's like there's shine from whatever oils are in it, but the pigment is so heavy that it is going to catch, let me see, it's going to catch every wrinkle. And thankfully I did use the Kinship lip mask, which has AHAs to help kind of get rid of dead skin. But the dead skin that it picks up, it's like the pigment sinks into that dead skin super fast. It's just, I actually do like this shade, this Spice shade, quite a bit. I do not like the other 2 shades. They're a little bit too pink for me. The packaging is gorgeous. This is like plastic, but it almost feels like there's metal to it because it gets really cold when it's on its own. But this is a very heavy duty lip balm. Like, this doesn't feel like a cheap lip balm, even though the component looks similar. This feels very, very nice and thought out, and it's beautiful with the brand on the side. It's not even like one of those hollow twisties. It's like fully solid. It's nice, but what is this? Fitglow, some splaining to do, because I'm a beloved user. And also, there's no scent. A nice vanilla would have been nice. And it smells very strongly of the ingredients, almost like synthetic wax. You can tell that they are using a synthetic wax. I'll put the ingredients on screen. What a letdown, and that's why I haven't talked about them other than that kind of quick mention. But yeah, that's Spice. I'm not wearing this today, so let's try out one of the drugstore lip balms. Like, even now with that off my lips, it feels very drying. What is that? They're expensive too. I'll pop the price on the screen, but like I had a 20% off coupon and I was still like, this is expensive, but I was so excited and now I'm not. I'm just gonna reline again. Okay, I'm gonna blend that out with my finger, and then we're gonna go in with some lip gloss. Yeah, my lips feel dry now. Okay, so I have the 2 lip glosses from Uoma. One is actually, it's complicated lip tint, oil, and gloss. Now I have swatched this and put this on, and this is in the shade Classy, which is a beautiful red. like the kind of red that I love, but this is wild and not what we're going to do today. That looked a little warmer than it is. No, that's pretty accurate. Not today, you know, not in the mood. The other one I have is, I believe it's just their gloss. Yeah, Flossgloss High Shine Lip Gloss, and I have this in the shade. This is in the shade Kiss Kiss, which is like a little bubblegum pink, and it has blue, purple, and gold reflect in it. See if I can catch the light. Probably not. Also, peep the nails. If you don't follow me on Instagram, these were inspired by, oh, look at that. These were inspired by the Earthborn collection with Seeking Shifts and Shine by SD Cosmetics. This was specifically inspired by Sundog, which I've said multiple times I cannot wait for. My package just shipped and should be here on the 3rd, so that's coming. But look, it goes from like yellow, gold, pink, green, and then the berry base that we put underneath it. How cool is that? These might be my favorite nails that I've had so far. They're just, look at that, so cool. Eyeshadow's inspiration for nails is so underrated. Anyway, back to the gloss. This smells like sunflower seeds to me, which is so interesting. I don't think that there's meant to be any fragrance, but that's what it smells like to me. I'm not used to having visible lip liner line, but I think when I blend that in a little bit with the gloss, it kind of just looks like a true contour. But I am spending a little extra time to like blend that. And it's getting my applicator kind of gross. I usually don't like to do that. Yeah, okay. That actually looks really nice. I don't know if I like a strong liner underneath, but it feels really nice. That feels somewhat similar to N Beauty. N Beauty might have a tiny bit more gel cushion, but it feels very similar. You can't really smell on the lips unless you do my smell test, which is like obnoxious. Just sitting here, I don't smell it. If I do that, I smell sunflower seeds, but you might like sunflower butter. So yeah, I like it. I really like it. I hadn't really worn this one yet. I think I swatched it on my lips. This one is a whole other story that we'll get into some other time, but I'll swatch this. It's going to add just like the tiniest bit of pink, which I love those glosses, especially this kind of like baby pink. This might be a contender for Boy Bait, but Boy Bait was a little bit more milky and pigmented on the lips, but I really like it, and this is a very, very simple look. So let's actually run through all of the products and we'll wrap this video up. If you've made it this far, bless you. Thank you for being here. Happy 100 video to you as well. And let's wrap some products up. I've totally lost it. Okay, so from the jump, the Jillian Dempsey Spot Stick Concealer in the shade 01. Massive fail. Massive fail. I have very dry, dehydrated skin, like both dry and dehydrated. And the way this is formulated is not moisturizing. It sits on top of the skin. Instead of sinking into the skin, it is incredibly sticky, even after I use powder products on top of it. I've powdered it twice with the Westman Atelier, which is not a super mattifying powder. But there's two things that get me here. It's not a super mattifying powder, but it does take down shine with all the other products that I use in order to give me like a satin finish. This immediately needs powdered again, even with the Balm Desert Bronzer and the Gucci powder bronzer on top of it. That's wild. This stuff eats powder in a way that tells me if I would use a more mattifying powder on top of it, it's going to gum up and look super heavy and cakey. So I know the Westman Atelier is the lightest powder that I own. And if that is going to build up and look gummy with this, I have no faith for anything else. Also, the Rem Beauty Concealer on top of it is more kind of matte leaning in the satin world. And it's not really playing well. It is creasing like nobody's business. and I just feel sticky, oily, and gross. And especially in between my eyebrows, I'm going to zoom in a minute. In between my eyebrows looks insane. It's like worn off my chin because I'm so itchy from it. And it just looks heavy and makeup-y and oily. Not in a flattering way. That is not a flattering sheen on the cheeks. It picks up every bit of texture, especially in by my nose. Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. This is a no for me, dog. Also, the coverage on this is like, I had to build it up, which is probably why it looks crazy, but there's no coverage. And I got duped because they showed freaking Patrick Dempsey, who's gorgeous, has 0 flaws. Even though he's a man and he's wrinkly, that's like attractive. And don't get me started on the whole man versus woman aging thing. But if you're like him and you barely need a little something, I guess. But like, no, pointless. Don't like it. Also, the Rem Beauty Concealer is not enough to not revive. That's not the word I'm looking for. That concealer is not enough to save that brand. So it's a nice concealer. It's a little bit more hydrating than the NARS Matte Soft Complete, but gives the same finish. If you like that, go for it. It does not play well with this. And now I know that this would have not played well with any of my bases because they're all hydrating. And it just would have been a mess. But Rem Beauty is kind of like, I like it, but I prefer liquid concealers. Then next, you know I love the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer and the Gucci Bronzer. There's nothing new there. This lip gloss, I actually like it. The longer I have it on, the more I like it. I don't get a taste or anything. The smell's a little strange, but you can't smell it when it's on, so I like that. I'm actually pretty well obsessed with this pencil. I feel like these do kind of live up to like all over. You do have to be kind of careful with the brows because it is so creamy that you can easily get carried away. But I like this shade Total Taupe. It's a little bit warmer than I would like a taupe to be, but it's not too bad at all. And I do really like wearing it as eyeliner and lip liner. I'm still not used to this. This looks kind of crazy to me. Maybe with a gloss that is a little bit more beige. You know? And I don't have one here in front of me, so bear with me. Or I could have filled my lips in totally, but I don't know about that. Anyway, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm happy I have it, especially now that I can't find my other eyebrow pencils. Then, I promise we'll get into the Ilia palette and the Hard Candy Quad very soon, but the Jillian Dempsey Lid Tint in Shell, I actually really like this. I don't think it's creasing. Is that a crease? It probably will because it feels very heavy and waxy. Yeah, it's already starting to crease. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. It's already starting to crease, but it is a really pretty shade. But if it's going to crease that bad, just know that going into it, it is pretty. I love the effect that it gives the lids. See, I don't mind that effect on my lids. I don't want it all over my face. Like, the only difference between this and that concealer is the shimmer. Ooh. It does feel very similar, but the concealer is softer. But yeah, I like this. I will probably use it, especially in the summer if I don't feel like really messing with makeup. You can just pat it on, pat the creases out as the day goes on, throw on some mascara with it. Beautiful. So I do like this. I wouldn't go out of my way to purchase it, but I'll use it since I have it type of thing. What else did we use? I mentioned the lip gloss. Yeah, the longer I have it on, I like it. The Fitglow, don't waste your money. It's T-Rash. The Treat Beauty lip balms are better, and they have tinted ones. I can't get over this. What a disappointment. Not everything can work out, but that one was like really hurt my heart. We're probably going to cover it in a fails video because that one was sad. And I think that's really all the new stuff that we used, but I do kind of like how this turned out. It's going to serve me well for running errands today. Also, let me know what you think about my Gemma-inspired necklace and if you watch Love Island and if you were heartbroken by the recent recoupling, because I very much was. And also let me know how you're doing. I hope you enjoyed this as the 100th video. There's going to be more fun stuff coming. I have myself recorded using the Dyson Airwrap for the first time, and as soon as I can edit that because it's wild, we'll get that up. And I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful start to your week. And I will hopefully... Oh! That's what I wanted to talk to you about. All right, we might have to cut this and put this at the beginning, or I'm just going to leave a timestamp in the description box for this. Not only is this my 100th video, but I wanted to share that I am officially affiliated with Shop My Shelf, or Shop My Style, whichever. It feels so incredibly surreal, but also empowering as a creator. And as someone who has put a decent amount of time into this on top of a fairly crazy schedule and health issues and all of that, it feels very rewarding and empowering. And major shout out to CHATTY. She introduced me in her video where she was talking about this affiliate company, and I applied and I got accepted, and you will now be seeing affiliate links down below. I want to explain them a little bit in case you are new to affiliate marketing. If you click on my link and shop that item through my link, I will earn a small commission. It is no extra cost to you. It is almost like a finder's fee in my mind, where I'm kind of curating all of the things that I would recommend and then creating a link. I will never refer something to my audience that I do not like myself. This is not my day job. My bills are paid by my day job. I'm not out here looking to be a millionaire. The best I could hope for is that YouTube is a self-sustaining hobby, which means I can buy better equipment and potentially one day items to review and build relationships with the brands that I actually believe in and trust. My integrity will never be swayed by any of this. I just want you to know that. If you do not want to participate in affiliate links, that's totally fine. It is not expected whatsoever. It does help me grow as a beauty and fashion creator a lot. It helps a lot. It's definitely going to help with some equipment. I would love a camera and a computer. So if you do, just know that I appreciate you so very much. And if you do not want to, there is no problem whatsoever. I will always continue to list products down below, so feel free to take the product name and Google it if that's better for you. Also, I'll be including a link to my shelves, so if you ever have a question about what my favorite body care of the moment is, or body care that I would recommend, Rich Lady shower products I would recommend, my skincare routine, all of that's going to be on my shelves. So I will link my shelves or my little kind of storefront down below and check it out. It'll always be updated. I love updating it. It's so much fun. And yeah, I hope that that is okay. I'm very excited about it. I hope that you are too. If you have any questions about it, let me know down below. And I really appreciate all of your support, even if you're just subscribed, even if you watch my video, even if you give it a thumbs up. All of that really helps me. And it also lets me know what you want to see more of. So I'll stop rambling. I can't believe I almost forgot that. It's like one of the main things I wanted to talk about. Also, I hope this wasn't too all over the place. But that's how it goes here on my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.